Alrighty, this is POC. So what you're paying attention to is stalkers and the mentally ill stalkers that are engaged in criminal monitoring, which is the government that's engaging what is also satanic, as I'm showing you the deranged patterns of surrounding someone and surrounding someone with light, where you are necessarily stalking. They do so in plain view while it's the government that's engaging in that stalking and monitoring system. This is Securitas, a third party. This is called light activity. This is the city of Ontario. They're also pacing, which in the way you are witnessing, the demons that pull out a stroller, which is as threatening as walking with a gun in their hand. They think that they look less threatening and that less suspicious and less gang stalkerish with a stroller, and they do not. They're engaging in state action where you know the U.S. military are flying right over the Ontario City Hall. Okay? The entities engaging what is surrounding from all corners to engage in vagina monitoring. And looking to the left and right, this is a gang stalker. City of Ontario on his chest. This is the city of Ontario that's going to be federally prosecuted. And let me show you where he's walking, where he's monitoring. This is a demon engaging in psychopathic pain. You know the fake sun is still here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's the conspicuous activity. This is a mentally ill person that's monitoring with the government, that's maintaining light activity, and he's walking also in impossible light. This is for purposes of following, stalking. This is impossible light. Okay, first of all, that's not the sun, the duration of time. You're looking at peculiarized light surrounded by the municipality. They're all monitoring on devices, and they're also corporately invading privacy with the people of the state, the demons that engage in the impossible light activity behavior, molestation, sex offenders that are demons molesting with light while they're monitoring. And this is how it happens in the environment. This is what the demons touch you with. She's pacing. She's not adjusting her parking. She's pacing. And this is impossible light that's occurring. This is, in other words, engineered light that's flying in the air in order to engage in what is you walking in it. The people of the state are not ignorant. This is the entity that's doing so in the absence of the sun. And you also know where Securitas is gang stalking, City of Ontario is gang stalking at 9:35 in the morning while their knee-slapping laughter is underway while the mentally ill are stalking. And you also know the same one, Kevin, after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the one that finds it so funny to go to prison and be committed, is gang stalking under the same fake sun where the people of the state are sharing. The corporate entity Securitas is being prosecuted. Paul Leon, the government, the one that is funding terrorism, is being prosecuted using the municipality's resources, money, engaging in what is not hiring municipality. These are terrorists, and they're stalkers and they're sex offenders. They maintain surveillance in the bathroom of the library, the bathroom of the senior center, the bathroom of the city hall, the bathrooms in all of the residences where the people of the state are gang stalking. You don't have any privacy amongst them that are keeping you under surveillance. And this is the entity that's doing so. When you're in the engineered light under the fake sun, this is psychopathic pacing that they're engaging in. While you're looking at the city of Ontario engaging what is walking right by me in this video like you saw, they're doing so in the environment that is engineered for monitoring. This is speaking to what is underway at the Ontario City Hall, which is criminal activity in violation of Title 18, Section 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. And this is that which is underway by the so-called mayor. His name is Paul Leon. The fake sun is over me after 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Paul Leon is sharing in gang stalking and furtherance of murder with the people of the state. Paul Leon is funding, he is budgeting in what is gang stalking, criminal surveillance, which the City Hall is engaging in. The Ontario City Council is engaging in. And this is also why, with regard to the matter of judicial notice, Paul Leon is being prosecuted, and so is the City Hall that's engaging in what is stalking with the military that are flying over the City Hall where there are no flights. None. And you are not headed to a destination hovering like this. Is speaking to how angry and hostile Paul Leon is. This is an angry terrorist. This is the POC. Okay, that's the entity that does anything other than itself. This is an admission to what you're looking at. City Hall, stalking with light activity. The City of Ontario with mobility solutions, stalking in the path, and it's light activity while they're under the fake sun. These are companies being prosecuted. Securitas stalking, the City of Ontario maintaining light activity, and the impossible light activity that's inside of the City Hall. This is the fake sun that's still here. Let's count together. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6 hours from now. The fake sun is still here, and it's actually during standard Pacific time that I captured that video, so that will be 7 hours during daylight savings time, where you just saw the military admit that Paul Leon is gang stalking, where the entity is flying in planes, flying next to the building, flying over the building, where you see the fake sun, where you see the inexplicable light activity. You're looking at the entity that is gang stalking, and they're doing so as a matter of public corruption. And Paul Leon has budgeted this into what the City of Ontario is engaged. This is the entity that's engaged in. These are the homosexuals of the U.S. military that don't help anyone. This is why you don't engage in criminal activity with the mentally ill. Okay? And the mentally ill are these that are stalking with light. The mentally ill are those that are stalking in bathrooms, engaging in surveillance. The mentally ill are those that are engaging in surveillance in this manner while you're looking at UPS gang stalking telling. This is a vagina monitor. This is P.O.C. She's engaged in criminal activity. You don't have any privileges to be on the roads and the highways gang stalking. And while you do so with impunity, you will be subject to what are commitments in federal prison. 9 DAX 398. And gang stalking with the government. There are many ways that this same iteration of the P.O.C., the entity that's stalking by helicopter, the entity that's stalking by the gang stalking fire departments and the police department, who are all engaged in surveillance, not engaged in any emergency services, certainly not engaged in the execution of duties of officers. It does not include criminal surveillance, which is what this is. It is currently 7:44 a.m. This entity is engaged in what is corporate invasion of privacy, which is the basis for martial law. The entity is going to be subject to involuntary commitments. Paul Leon's being federally prosecuted. He's not just being removed from office. He has engaged in what is profiting from conspiring by murder while you're looking at the Ontario International Airport, not just UPS, who is acting as the entity, not just as one gang stalking airline, that are engaged in what is targeting, coincidentally, no, pursuant to a pattern of conduct under the fake sun. This is the entity that's monitoring, and they're all engaging in that pattern of conduct while UPS is speaking to the fact that they're all targeting you. These are idiots. And this is the entity that's going to be defunded, and the city is being prosecuted. And how do you lock up a whole city? It's called martial law. Okay, this is the P.O.C. The City of Ontario employees are monitoring vagina in the bathrooms. All right, and they're walking in engineered light, which is inside of the building. Okay, that's the pattern of conduct. This is impossible light activity. And it's also impossible because the fake sun is remaining over me when I'm already in other cities, which I documented. And it's also impossible because it's literally the entity that is maintaining engineered light, which is merely a means of you paying attention to your environment. This is irreducible, irreconcilable, insurmountable evidence. It is the prima facie case for federal stalking, where the entity engages in psychological demons are stalking you with methods of light activity. You're going to prosecute, and it is the ongoing symptoms of mental illness and public corruption. This is P.O.C. It is currently 7:45 a.m.